أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العظيم.
His Excellency, Mr. Zéner, Javier, Ambassador of Cuba, honorable members of the Executive Committee and members of the GCCI, Assalamu alaikum. So it is an immense pleasure for us to cordially welcome the honorable envoy of Cuba, His Excellency Mr. Zéner, Javier, for his visit to Gujranwala Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I appreciate his dedicating his valuable time for the exchange of views and information regarding the promotion of bilateral trade and investment between Gujranwala and Cuba and potential trade opportunities available for both regions. Before proceeding further, first of all, to state the commentary regarding the economic profile of Gujranwala is shown.
motors, machine tools and capital goods, automobile parts, agriculture implements, home appliances, tableware, cutlery, cookware, melamine and stainless steel utensils, hunting knives and swords, textiles, carpets, fair mats and rugs, dyes, seed and agro-processing, food, confectionery, plastic furniture, wood furniture, steel furniture, metal processing, hardware, steel security equipment, paper and paperboard, chemical and detergents, beauty products and cosmetics, nylon rope, steel furnace, construction goods, etc. As many as 34 Asian, 33 European, 13 African, 3 North American, 5 South American, and 2 Australian countries are the destination of the products of Gujranwala small and medium industries, showcasing GCCI's hard work and determination. The GCCI facilitates its honorable members in a variety of ways. It readily provides ease of business assistance to the business community so as to best utilize its precious time for the national progress and development. The GCCI hosts and its premises help desks for various departments for its members. These include police Cuba members, driving license counter, business registration portal, SNERA, SCCB, REWALK, e-business invitation, e-bill portal desk, GETCO, in view of Gujranwala's industrial importance. The GCCI have got approved 3 mega projects for it from the federal government. They are Gujranwala Business Center, Gujranwala Tools, Supply and Mold Center, and Ceramic Center. This center is also benefiting other cities. Modern technical education is also being offered to hone the skills of local workers. Similarly, by rolling out quality designs, the Ceramic Center is playing a major role in promoting the local ceramics industry. Significantly, the GCCI ensured the establishment of small industrial estates and the export processing zone. Currently, these estates with their vast industrial assets are contributing a great deal in the national economy by producing top quality items. Industrial estate number 42 has been established for promoting industry and to meet the pressing need of the industrial expansion. It is also vital to present the GCCI's welfare aspect, under which the Gujranwala business community has taken revolutionary steps in the health sector on some basis, providing health care to nearly 40% of the city's population. Siddiq Saleh Trust Hospital for Cardiology, Hyderabad Eye Trust Hospital, Ibrahim Eye Trust Hospital, Jinnah Trust Hospital, Rafiq Kanwar Memorial Trust Hospital, Allama Iqbal Trust Hospital, and Al-Rai Trust Hospital are serving the humanity 24 hours a day, along with other hospitals. Upgradation of the district hospital and provision of various ambulances to it, free hepatitis injections for the poor, and regular upgradation of the social security hospital are also its achievements. The GCCI has always fully cooperated with the district administration. Its contributions include provision of Japanese fire tenders to the rescue Dome 1W and motorcycles for police. In addition, its members generously donate for the rehabilitation of the affectees of any calamity that hits the country. The GCCI, with cooperation of its valued members, is awarding scholarships in the field of education to financially deserving brilliant students to establish health education trusts and provision of cooperation in monetary terms for the welfare of prisoners to Prisoners Welfare Trust, established with the collaboration of administration of District Central Jail, are also some of the highlighted activities and initiatives include incorporate social responsibility of GCCI and many other social welfare projects were undertaken needed from time to time. Students of Gujranwala had to travel to other cities for engineering, medical, and university education. To facilitate them, the GCCI managed to establish Resma Engineering College, Gujranwala Medical College, and Punjab University's local campus in Gujranwala from the government. The GCCI earnestly desires self-help-based mega projects at the local and national level in view of Gujranwala's industrial potential and provision of missing facilities in the city, its people, and industry so as to enhance our industrial production and exports. The dream projects include special economic zone, new industry named Cargo Train for Golden Triangle region, latest international material testing and certification lab, Expo Center, Children's Hospital, University of Gujranwala. And all such initiatives need to strengthen industry-academia linkage to commercialize the research. The GCCI is striving hard to meet its targets and believes that the future of the coming generations will be brightened only by strengthening Pakistan's economy through vibrant business. It stands by the Pakistan government in expanding business activity in the country.
Thank you very much. Yes, Excellency, now I give some of the trade statistics for bilateral trade between Pakistan and Cuba. According to trade statistics of State Bank of Pakistan, the current trade value between both Pakistan and Republic of Cuba is approximately $8,000. Pakistan exported to Republic of Cuba during year 2021 $12,000. Imports to Pakistan from Republic of Cuba during 2021 is $8,000. Major export items from Pakistan to Cuba are the major export products to Cuba as cotton, salt, sulfur, rust, and stone, plastering materials, lime, and cement. Major imports from Cuba are Pakistan are iron and steel, aluminum and articles, copper articles, electrical machinery and equipment, parts, sound products, and television, etc. The export potential of Pakistan to Cuba. The product with greatest export potential from Cuba, Pakistan to Cuba is rice, red line of cotton and trading clothes. Rice shows the largest absolute difference between potential and actual exports in value terms, leaving room to realize additional exports of $2.6 million. And the product with greatest export potential from Cuba to Pakistan are waste, scrap of aluminum, prepared diagnostic laboratory units and certified defense materials, and wood, charcoal, inclusive shell or nut charcoal, waste and scrap of aluminum show the largest absolute difference between potential and actual export in value terms, leaving room to realize additional export worth $85.3K. With the need of the odd more trade activities between Gujranwala in general and Pakistan in particular and your country. Frequent exchange of trade delegations, facilities, facilitate B2B contacts, organizing exhibition in each other's countries, and participation of businessmen there in reciprocal basis could be another effective tool to improve bilateral trade and investment among Pakistan and Cuba. Similarly, exchange of visit of the top executive functionaries usually will have tremendous impact in cementing and expanding economic relationship among each other. We request you to please identify the area of cooperation for the promotion of bilateral trade between Gujranwala and Cuba. We should appreciate the suggestions. We ensure you of our that cooperation. I once again thank you very much for traveling all the way to visit this chamber. I hope our discussion will definitely prove instrumental in achieving the goals of strengthening the economic ties between Pakistan and Cuba and for the promotion of trade and investment in the green development of Gujranwala and counterparts. Therefore, in Cuba, your visit to this chamber indeed is a great sign of friendship and shows your attention and more bilateral trade and investment as well. So thank you very much. Please give him a big hand. And I would like to invite His Excellency to share his thoughts with our members.
Well, first, thanks GCCI and to his president and all of the people who has welcomed both me and my daughter here in Gujranwala. I've already shared some ideas with some of you, so I'm going to be more specific right now. in the data, in the statistics that you have from the State Bank of Pakistan, you are only going to find a trade of 8,000 US dollars. The reality is that we are trading more than 20 million US dollars per year, but only 8,000 are direct trade. Mainly because we are buying Pakistani goods in other countries. So I have in my home, for instance, one friend that he's a surgeon, and he's doing his surgeries with Pakistani surgical instruments that we bought in Spain. We are using Pakistani textiles, and we are buying Pakistani textiles from China. Or we are buying Pakistani textiles from Panama. We are in some Cuban hotels, we have basmati, Pakistani basmati, bought in Panama. So we are missing a lot of chances. Try to imagine that 20 million trade per year is not too much, but Pakistani entrepreneurs, Pakistani companies are only getting 8,000 of 20 million. So you are getting nothing. You are producing the rice or the textiles. Somebody's coming, buying the textiles probably very cheap, and they are selling in third countries, like in Cuba. So my dream, my goal, my idea is to get all those products here in Pakistan. And I would like to be, I was just saying that you have relations only with 8 countries in America, both in Latin America and in North America. I want to be the 9th country. I want Cuba to be the 9th country to have direct trade relations with Gujranwala. This is my idea. And this is why I'm here. I'm happy. I've been telling that this is the first time that I go out of Islamabad since I arrived here. In fact, I think that this is the first time that I came to a city in Punjab. Because last time I was here in 2005, I came after the earthquake with a medical team, but I only went to Lahore once, and I spent all my time in the northern areas, mainly in KPK and in Kashmir. So I didn't know Punjab previously. I never been to Sindh, for instance. So this is probably the first time that I'm coming to work properly in a Punjabi city. So for me, I'm happy that I didn't make a mistake. Some colleagues told me, no, don't go to Gujranwala, just go to Karachi. Go to Lahore. No, I want to go to small city. No, Gujranwala. Gujranwala is too small. That's what I want. Because you have the products, you have the necessity to export, and I have the will to buy Pakistani products. I don't want to take an airplane to Karachi when I can just get my car and come here and make the business here. It's easy for me. I'm practical. I'm trying to be practical in my mind. So, advantages I told you in the past. We are the biggest market in the Caribbean. We have an open economy. We have a new set of policies for foreign investment. We are expanding our SMEs and the small and medium enterprises, so you will have the chance to go directly to small and medium enterprises just like yours. And we have a lot of sectors when we can have very fruitful cooperation. From what I saw in the video, from what I saw upstairs in the business center, agriculture, both rice, but also agricultural implements for the sugar industry or even for the production of rice. Light and heavy engineering. I'm very impressed by the light and heavy engineering products that I've seen there. Because you have the design. Probably you are importing some stuff from China, but you have the designers here. You know how to design the things. The Chinese when they start the development, they don't produce anything. They just get stuff from Japan and they sample their stuff. After 40 years, they are doing their own stuff. So we are one step close to the. And I just saw, for instance, ceramic and tiles. I was very impressed with one of the stalls that I saw some ceramic and tiles of very high quality. So I don't need to go to China to buy ceramic and tiles if I can come here. It is near to Cuba. It's nearest Chinese little bit far away. Or even, you are in the China-Pakistan economic corridor. So I can buy Chinese stuff here that you bring from China. So I don't have to go to China. We have a lot of potentials. That's the idea that I want to give you right now. And we have a lot of work to do. We need to be patient because Cuba and Pakistan has one big problem in common: bureaucracy. Most of you are businessmen and you suffer from the bureaucracy. In Cuba, the bureaucracy is more or less like the one that you have here in Pakistan. You are British, our bureaucracy is Spanish, but it's the same. So you need to be patient, but I can assure you that you will have all the support of the embassy, all the support of myself. You only need to come with real projects. I'm allergic to pictures. I'm allergic to nice words. I've received at the embassy during my first 6 months a lot of people who went there just for pictures. Then I said, I'm not going to receive anybody else. If you don't have a project and you need a picture of mine, go to my Facebook. So real projects. Save my time and save your time. If you, I'm working with one company. I cannot tell the name. They just came with one specific project. They have a lot of products. They are from the pharmaceutical sector. They produce more than 50 different products, but they just want to sell one to Cuba. And they said, this is the one that I want. They are now registered in Cuba, and probably this company is going to sell that product, that only product in Cuba for the beginning. If that product is successful, they're going to buy more. And that same company will bring to Pakistan, inshallah, the best product of Cuba Biotech. That is a product against diabetes. You have a lot of diabetes here. You have a lot of people that are suffering from amputations. With that company, we will bring that product to Pakistan. Why? Because I like that company or because I like the CEO of that company? No. Because they just came to my office with a real project. They said, this is the money that I have, this is the product that I have, this is the product that I want. And we can do it in this way. If you are able to do that, we can advance. I have very good relations in the Cuba Chamber of Commerce. One of my best friends is one of the leaders of the Cuba Ministry of Commerce. So we can go and probably in 1-2 years we can have real projects. So, sectors, other sectors. We can help Gujranwala in health and also in biotech. I know health and biotech are mainly from Lahore, from Karachi. But if any enterprise here wants to invest in biotech products or in health services, we can do it, we can help. And we can also promote Pakistani enterprise from Gujranwala in Cuba. We have had one international expo in Cuba last month, and we have only one Pakistani enterprise, and was from here, from Gujranwala. Frame International, I think is the name of the company. Only one Pakistani company, and when they asked me, which is the company from, I say, it's from Gujranwala. So I want next year that some of you can go, this is virtual, so you don't have to pay a ticket or ticket. This is virtual, that you can participate and that you can evaluate all the advantages. The last thing that I want to tell you right now, if you want to ask me something, you have only one big challenge. That is the US policy against Cuba. If you are thinking in the US market, if your priority is the US market, don't go to Cuba. Because if you sell in Cuba, you cannot sell in the US. I'm really honest. I don't want to tell you a lie. If you are looking for the smallest market and maybe in the future, in 10 years or 15 years, you want to go to the States, that's okay. But right now, if your priority is the United States, don't go to Cuba. Because the United States has a very strict policy against Cuba. If you invest $1 in Cuba, you will be sanctioned by the US. I'm extremely honest here. Extremely honest. If you want to make deals with Cuba, you cannot use US dollars. That's a good news because the euro right now is in the best position, but you cannot use US dollars. You are going to protect your investment, you are going to protect your money, you are going to protect your interest, but you cannot use US dollars. So you have that challenge. You have to take that of mind. If you are selling in the US, and some companies here I know that are selling in the US, and you want to sell in Cuba, what you can do is to create a new enterprise, a ghost enterprise, with another name. And that small enterprise that is also yours is going to go to the Cuban market, only for the Cuban market, or for the Caribbean market. And your big enterprise is going to sell in the US. And then you have no problems. But please, probably you are going to receive some other ambassadors here. Ambassadors for countries that have American sanctions. And they are not going to tell you anything about that. I'm a practical person and I am an honest person. If the Cuban ambassador came here and don't talk about US sanctions, the Cuban ambassador is lying to you. Look, I'm crystal clear. You will have my support. I will come to Gujranwala in the future, by sure. It's very near. And I will probably visit some of your enterprises if it's possible also, and I will be very happy to welcome you at the Cuban Embassy in Islamabad anytime you want. Inshallah, my idea, my goal of having business in the Golden Triangle will be real in the near future. Thank you very much. You can ask me whatever you want.
Thank you very much, Sir Highness. I'm really grateful to you, your views, and we appreciate the things made in Gujranwala. It's a great honor for me and my city, and I'm really thankful to you for the opportunity to be here. Sir Highness, talking about American and Cuba.
That's one of the sectors. We have, in some sectors of the chemical industry, we have a very good development. I can just send you information later if you want, but you can import it without any problem.
In medicine, pharmaceutical companies have much.
Cuba biotechnological industry and pharmaceutical industry is one of the strongest in the world.
Okay.
When some countries has only 1 or 2 vaccines against COVID, we have 5. And right now in the world, the second country in the world with most population already vaccinated is Cuba. 87% of our population is fully vaccinated with our own vaccines.
Okay.
That's something that we can also support to Pakistan.
Why our government is not importing?
No. Why we are not exporting vaccines to Pakistan?
Yeah,
I've already offered the vaccines to the Pakistani government.
that's my question. Why are they not importing?
I will give you Imran Khan mobile's number. You call him. I have no idea why they have no answer. I'm working. That was a joke. We have offered, but I understand the Pakistani government has choose the Chinese vaccines because they were ready before, and they have choose another vaccines. Anyway, one of the products that we are bringing in the future, inshallah, again, are anti-COVID vaccines. I'm working with one big pharmaceutical product like that.
Forward, inshallah. Any question? Please.
Excellency, after you visit the product, what cuisine export to Cuba? What do you think?
I just mentioned agricultural implements. Rice, for me rice is a priority, but not rice you have here. Agricultural implements, that's very important.
What about textile?
Textiles, of course. Surgical instruments, I know surgical instruments are for Sialcott mainly, but surgical instruments, probably ceramic and tiles, and any kind of products that you can sell to the Cuban touristic industry, like cookware, houseware, silverware, because we're building a lot of new hotels, and we need that. So, rice, agricultural products, textiles, surgical instruments, light and heavy engineering. I think that could be the most probable. But the Cuban markets, my friends, are expanding. And we have a lot of virgin areas. And we have a lot of things that we're buying in China that we can buy them here. So you just need with the project, and I will tell you, okay, what we don't want is jewelry, gemstones, no. Luxury products, no. But the products that you have over there, I can bring a truck and take everything. Because they're products of very good quality there.
I have first easy and speedy approval of business here with us, and presence of Gujranwala business individuals in expos in Cuba, and same we want business delegations from Cuba in future to see the products of Gujranwala. So we welcome you in Gujranwala as you have already told us and sent us. We warmly welcome you. We wish that people of business individuals from Cuba also visit our industry, and we will also visit the industry of Cuba, so we can trade, import or export with Cuba.
You're welcome. There is one slide that we can have previously. I would like to link GCCI with the Cuba Chamber of Commerce. Probably we can organize a virtual meeting between Cuba Chamber of Commerce and GCCI. So in a space like this, you, the Cuba Chamber of Commerce, and me and the Yemas are here, and you can exchange between Chamber of Commerce which areas of interest. That's one idea. That's something that we can do in January, February, because it's easy to do. That's first.
And so we can connect virtually. We can
I think that could be a very good outcome of this visit, to link GCCI with Cuba Chamber of Commerce.
These are chamber to chamber interaction.
And chamber to chamber interaction without my presence. We can do it directly.
Yes.
First. Second, we can think for the future in the delegation of GCCI to go to Cuba, just to deal with Cuba Chamber of Commerce and to visit different sectors. And third, we can also in the future, I can get back to Gujranwala only for give you like a seminar on the business environment in Cuba. Because today I just came to the expo, and I can make a whole presentation of laws, legislation, regulations, logistics, everything. I have that at the embassy. And I can bring my wife, that speaks very good English, better than mine, and she's an expert on those issues, and we can give you an explanation, technical explanation. And the last one, we can advance in the registration of Gujranwala companies in Cuba. Even if you don't have a project and you want to be registered in the Cuba Chamber of Commerce, I will tell you which information you need to send me. It's technical information about your company. It's very simple. I will get that information, I will send it to Amana, and your company will be registered in the Cuba Chamber of Commerce. And you will be ready to deal directly with the Cuba Chamber of Commerce. So 5 steps.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
let's look to another Caribbean island. It's like there is one thing. There is one thing that probably I need to explain in 1 minute. 100% of Cuba big companies are state companies. Because Cuba is a socialist country like China, but we are like 40 years back in history. So biggest enterprises are all from the state companies. Now we have, right now it's probably more than 2,000 small enterprises that are private, and we have a vibrant private sector. So probably you will deal with a state company, and believe me, if I'm going to link you with a state company, I'm going to link you with a good state company. I'm not going to link you with a dead state company. Or probably you're going to deal with a private company. Anyway, what I want you is to trust in that you will have all my support. If you have any question and do you want to ask to your partner, just come direct to me. I can understand why he's asking me for this paper. I can understand why he's not answering me. I have a lot of contacts in my WhatsApp. One company came to me and told me, I've been 1 month waiting for register in Cuba. I just called to her man and said, what happened? The person who was in charge of registering has got COVID. Okay, just look for another person. That company is already registered in Cuba. That's what I can do. That's what I can do. The company-to-company relation is not my business. It's your business. It's your business. And we don't have a church. That's for Panama.
So, Ross, please. Thank you
very much.
As far as Cuban and Pakistani relations are concerned, at the moment, we don't have much bigger volumes of trade. And after having listened to what you have said about sanctions and your commitment, I think there is always a way out if there is a way. We have to find a road there because it's not that every single individual or small company can find a way or can reach out to you so easily, and then you will be reaching out to your bureaucracy for every single unit. So you need to make a focal situation and a focal person in your embassy to coordinate with our chairman. Somebody wants from Gujranwala to get in touch with Cuban people or Cuban companies. So there should be I won't call it a hotline or something like that. We need to establish a system between the chamber and the embassy, and there should be a third part of the triangle, the trade office in Cuba. So all three organizations are on the same page. Only then I think because there are so many hurdles we will be facing when we go on. We should predict, we should foresee, and we should preempt and respond accordingly. If we go with the normal course of action, I don't see any development anywhere. It will be just an exercise and a waste of energy. We should form a system, we should discuss it, we go back, we can have having 4 meetings, we can have a couple more sessions on this, and this establish a resolve thing where we can have a platform which can help our business people both in Pakistan and in Cuba interact with each other. And once they interact with each other, they can establish, as you said, with your business or your commercial section in Cuba, they would suggest that which company should go to which company. So this is something which we are talking very nice. If it happens that if somebody in Pakistan wants to trade in textiles or in teas or in water plants or something, we know where they have to touch the base. If this homework is provided to us, I think there is a possibility, and there are other solutions to the things. Iran and Cuba, they were mostly in a civil and sanctions zone, but still they are trading. They are trading to the economic part of the world. Those solutions can be established just by hearing the word sanction. We should not run off. We should at least make an attempt to find a solution. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you very much for giving us honors, coming to Pakistan, all the way to Gujranwala, and giving Gujranwala the status of one of the bigger cities in Pakistan, giving ourselves the priority over Karachi and other cities. Thank you very much.
For the hotline, for the focal person, only for GCCI and Gujranwala Enterprises, I would be the focal person. For trade, the focal person used to be my wife, but only for Gujranwala at this stage, I will be the focal person. This is the first. Second, the focal person in Cuba will be my head of staff. It's a person that is in Cuba working for me. I think that Mr. Ahmed has already told me, but everything will go through myself, only for GCCI at this stage. And the way to do business is what I told you. Project, register in Cuba, and the Ministry of Trade is going to tell you, go to this enterprise. And you will have company to company. You don't have to deal with the bureaucracy. Straight with the company. You will discuss the prices with the company. You will discuss the logistics with the company. The only thing that the Ministry of Trade in Cuba is responsible for is your company registration in Cuba. Only that. So I think that that's the... In the future, we can discuss about those obstacles and how to recommend. I will share you 1 minute of my experience on China. I have worked on China for more than 10 years. In fact, some of you listen to me speaking Chinese on the BCE. When we start working with China, at the beginning, we focused on China's biggest enterprises. That was a mistake, because most of those enterprises has huge interest in the US. One of those enterprises, CTE, is from Telecom. They have business with Cuba, and they got a sanction from the US. So we just changed the way to do it, and we focus on the small and medium enterprises. If you have the will, you find the way. We learn from the biggest enterprises what were the mistakes. So most of the Chinese enterprises that are working with us are medium enterprises, and we have a commerce with China of about, I don't know, probably $2 billion US dollars, probably, with medium and small enterprises. The only big enterprise, Chinese big enterprise that is in Cuba is higher. All the other enterprises are medium enterprises, and they are reaping the benefits of big medium enterprises. So that's what we're trying to do here in Pakistan. I'm not going to mention any enterprise, but I'm not going to the biggest one, because I will waste my time. I'm coming to the medium, I'm coming to the small, and you have to look after your company's interest, but you can work also as a team. If you have two more companies from the same sector, you can probably make a pool and try to work together for the same market. At the end, the market is too big, 11 million people. That's another idea that it has been working very good in China. We can share a lot of those experiences later. But those are the kind of ideas that we have.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I would like to request my brother, Senior Vice President of GCCI, he will wind up the session. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Excellency, Zéner, Javier, Caro, González. Thank you very much for being out all the way from Starbucks to with all the conversation we have delivered there, spoke regarding the business opportunities we are seeking for you largest number of SMEs in Pakistan. The exhibition we have recently visited, it is a small exhibition because the local business center available there was just to accommodate the few number of exhibitors that just visited. We'll be exhibiting in Islamabad on 18, 19, and 20 February Park and Center, inshallah, in the name of Made in Gujranwala, with a larger exhibition and display for the products produced and manufactured in Gujarat. Definitely we invite you. Definitely we invite you. That's why this is just breaking the news regarding it. It will be officially opening our exhibition in the next week, inshallah, and we start booking for the stalls, and all the homework has been done regarding the exhibition in Islamabad, and we spoke. So you'll be invited there, you'll be named our guest there, inshallah, and you'll see the larger portfolio of Gujranwala, Islamabad, near to you, and the purpose of exhibiting in Islamabad is because to boost the export and reaching out to the excellences like you in Islamabad. Because it's very easy for people like you to reach out to Islamabad for the drive of this 15, 20 minutes in Islamabad like the Park and and we have a lot of, you showed the interest in surgical textile, and I really appreciate for announcing the focus person for to boost the trade. And I think we, like you, like staying in Pakistan, and we, like this year, as the regime in Gujranwala Chamber of Commerce, should lay a foundation stone to start the trade between both the countries. I know it will take some time till we reach the B2B meetings. Meanwhile, while paving the way for the people of Gujranwala and the people thereof in your country, we should smoothen and straighten the road, first of all, for the easy access of the business community on both ends. And I think this is a good initiative taken by you. I really appreciate this. And again, thank you very much for coming all the way to Islamabad.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Coming here. It's a great session, and I hope you will give a good map. Trade. आप सब लोग बाहर